not rationally cogent, then yes, you have to have a leap of faith. You have to accept it for what it is. But there is no contradiction between revelation and reason. There's no contradiction between revelation and reason. Except that revelation is decisive. Revelation is decisive. Whereas reason, whereas individual reason, is it infallible? No. Okay? Which is why, as an example, when they use that what is the rational judgment, al-hukm al-aqli? Many of the scholars, because what is the tool of reason in the human being? The aql, the mind. So Imam al-Sanusi and others, when they defined the rational proof, they said, مَا لَا يُتَصَوَّرُ فِي الْعَقْلِ. For example, what's rational in essence, مَا لَا يُتَصَوَّرُ فِي الْعَقْلِ عَدَمُهُ. That which the mind cannot conceive of its not existing. But what's the problem with that? I mean, it's sound. But what's the problem with that? The problem with that is the mind. Right? Is the aql. That which reason, or mind, does not accept its non-existence. The problem with that is, what do you mean by aql there? They say this is al-aql al-mujarrad. This is the abstract. That's abstract reason. Reason itself. Not individual reasoning or an individual mind. Because individual minds can conceive of all kinds of things that should be inconceivable. That could something be moving or still at the same time? Someone will say, yeah, it could be. In another dimension, then that's foolishness, right? So that's why some of the later scholars, what they did, they took out the aql from the equation. They said the rationally necessary is, like Imam al-Dardir, he said, is الواجب ما لا يقبل الانتفاء. The necessary is that which does not accept negation. And why did they do that? To take out the mind from the equation. Because while it's true, but minds do all kinds of funny things, right? And when you make an argument, you need to present it in a way that you don't get stuck in the side roads of the argument. That yes, I mean who is the morally responsible person? The one who has a sound intellect, right? The adult with a sound intellect, al-baligh al-aqil, right? The adult who's got a sound intellect. But because intellects vary in their capacities and what they attach themselves to, this is why they take that out. They take that out. But sound reason would necessarily affirm existence in God. Now, would individual reasoning do that? No. It wouldn't. But not because of reason. But not because of the fact that it is not rationally sound, not because reason does not entail that, but because of the one reasoning and what is affecting them. And what is affecting them. I've mentioned it before and we haven't shared it yet, I don't think. If someone can bump it in the forum, it's good to know what are the things that cause people to disbelieve. And Sanusi, because these challenges have existed before. This is not the first time that people are not believing, right? Or that the underlying impulses and inclinations and tendencies that result in outright disbelief are not there, both from within the house of Islam and from outside. So Imam al-Sanusi, he summarized the asbab, the causes of disbelief and polytheism. Okay? And he summarized it, I think, in 6 or 7 points. These are 6 or 7 primary causes. Okay? And those are important to know because this truth that can be affirmed, these are things that prevent someone from it. Okay? Sometimes it is, and they're not rational. Okay? Some of them are refusal. And you see, pretty much all of them manifest in the time of the Prophet ﷺ. Okay? That when denial, when refutation didn't work, refusal was thing, said they don't listen to him. Say he's crazy, do all kinds of things. Or accuse him, does he want us to leave our parents? And many of these are there. You see these? But of course the rejection, it's a very interesting reality. Although his people ultimately accepted him, the Prophet ﷺ was refused in more ways than any previous prophet was. It's very interesting because most of the previous prophets were rejected in certain ways, and not all the ways of rejection applied to them. Well, the Prophet ﷺ was the most thoroughly rejected of all the prophets by his people, and the most completely accepted. The most completely accepted. The people of Mecca entered Islam in his lifetime. Right? It's amazing. But so there's all these causes, right, that cause people not to accept what reasoning tells. But sound reason would affirm that there is a necessary existent. That creation requires a creator. That there is a necessary existent. Right? And that these are the qualities of that necessary existent.